This is the HL content for section 3.2, exchange rates. We'll be looking at the following: calculating the value of currency in terms of another currency, calculating the prices of goods in different currencies, calculating the changes in a currency, and looking at exchange rates with linear demand and supply curves. Calculating exchange rates is first. So exchange rates, as we know, are represented as one currency's value in terms of another. For example, 1 Australian dollar equals 0.77 US dollars. But then, how much is a US dollar worth in terms of an Australian dollar? Using the figures we have, the equation is that 1 US dollar equals 1 over 0.77 US dollars. The 1 and the 7 and the 0.77 come from the original figures. The 1 is from there, 0.77 here, and the currency whose value we wish to find goes on the bottom. So here we have 0.77 on the bottom. Completing this equation, we see that 1 US dollar equals 1.3 Australian dollars. Another way we might have to calculate a currency value is when multiple currency values are given in terms of one common currency, such as the US dollar. Here, the yen, baht, and krone are given in terms of the US dollar. To find out what their value is in terms of each other is quite simple. To find the value of 1 Japanese yen in terms of Thai baht, we put the 30 baht over the 80 yen from the table above, because we know that these are equal, and we see that 1 yen equals 0.375 baht. Now when you do these, it's worth a glimpse back at the numbers to double check that it looks vaguely correct. If 80 yen and 30 baht are equal, then yeah, it makes sense that 1 yen is worth roughly a third of a baht. I want you to pause now and try to find the value of 1 krone in terms of the yen. Okay, so by the same method, we see that 1 Norwegian krone is worth 13.33 yen. So we put the 6 of the krone on the bottom and the 80 of the yen on the top. Easy. Okay, moving on to prices of goods in different countries. Let's say an Australian importer wants to import potato chips from Italy. If the exchange rate is that $1 equals 0.68 euros and 1 carton of potato chips costs 220 euros, how much will it cost to import the chips? So the first thing we need to do is find the inverse exchange rate. How many Australian dollars to buy 1 euro? Because we're buying the potato chips in euros. Then we just use the fact that 1 euro equals 1.47 Australian dollars to work out the total cost in Australian dollars. So we followed the same equation as before, so we've done that already, we know how to do that, and then we just plug in the values, the 220 per carton and the 10 cartons. And we see that in Australian dollars we have to pay 3,234. Now looking at changes in exchange rates over time. Here is the data on Australian dollars per US dollars monthly in 2015. We can see from a glance that the US dollar appreciated significantly. It was worth a lot more in December than it was in January. What I want you to do is find the percentage it appreciated over the year. We've done enough percentage changes in this course that this really should be quite basic for you now. So pause now and have a go. Okay, so all we do is we find the change. So 1.38 minus 1.23 gives us what the change in the value was. We divide it by the original, times it by 100, and what we get is a 12.2% appreciation in the currency. Now, does this mean that the Australian dollar depreciated against the US dollar by the same percentage? Well, no, it doesn't. I want you to pause now and see if you can work out how much the Australian dollar depreciated in percentage terms. Alright, so the first thing you should have done is we needed to find the January and December values of Australian dollar per US dollar. Sorry, of US dollar per Australian dollar, which are 0.81 and 0.72. If you don't know how we got those, well, it's not magic, but you just need to rewind a little bit and you'll see how we did it. What we do then is the same. We work out the percentage change and we see that it's actually an 11.11% depreciation in the exchange rate. It's important to note that the percentage appreciation of one currency will never exactly match the percentage depreciation of the other. Now, back to linear equations. There is actually nothing in this section that's new. Just revise your work from section 1 of the course and be prepared to answer questions such as working out equilibrium exchange rates, which are just demand and supply. Okay, so be ready to answer questions.